shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, this is All Hallows Eve, as the Bewitching Hour starts this evening at 3 a.m. And if you seen me on Fortnite today, I got my Michael Myers, yeah. I got my Michael Myers, yeah. And I got Leatherface, son. Yo, I thought about it. I was like, yo, how did we forget about Leatherface when it came to our Holy Crazy? I think Leatherface is the nappy-headed stepkid when it comes to horror movies. Nah, you got some other stuff there. But listen, we had the competition. We had the conversation about the competition between Michael Myers and Jason. I see there's love out there for Michael, but Jason's false in nature, man. I put Jason X up against any version of Michael you ever dreamt of. Ever. You understand me? So just forget about it. So at the end of the day, we here. Halloween is here. Xbox financials is here. And some of that stuff is spooky for each and every last one of you. If you're an Xbox dude, there's some spooky stuff there for you. If it's a PlayStation dude, there's some horrifying stuff there for you. The financials is here, baby. Q1 is done. And I feel good. I feel good like you should. Now, Dragon Age is going out. It's going crazy. It's hitting these streets and it's going wild. And I'm going to tell you dudes, man, get the hell off of Maddie back, bro. Get out of here. There's a lot of goofy people when it comes to this this community. There's a lot of goofy people. I'm watching you. Oh, we also found out that something hit the streets earlier than it was supposed to. Shout out to my man, Gene Park. Now, I ain't going to tell what is known should not be talked about, right? I'm just saying. Let's get to these topics.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
I am intrigued. As cool as it looks like fun. What? This is wild.
Vampire Hunters. Play now.
Okay. All right. So welcome, surprise on what's going on here. So Xbox fiscals is out. First quarter gaming review is up 43% year over year. Again, thanks to Activision Blizzard. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 just set a franchise record. Microsoft gaming revenue is up with strong results, mostly due to Activision Blizzard. All right, so here is the keys of what you need to know. Microsoft financial results, fiscals 2025 quarter one are now out, detailing the company's earning across various divisions. Gaming revenue is up 43% year over year, with the growth coming from the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. Xbox content and service revenue is up 61% year over year, with most of the growth coming from acquisitions, while Xbox hardware revenue is down 29% year over year. See, they mitigated that other loss of hardware from 53%, and they cut that down to 29%. That's decent. But again, 29% is still bad, but is less egregious than 50-something percent. Wouldn't you agree? All right, so you can see that they made some strides there, and they made greater inroads while keeping the number up. I think last time it was like 80-something percent. So this content and services went down to 61%. So it's kind of stabilizing. And gaming revenue is at 43%. I think it was at 34% last time. So that went up a bump. And Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is not included in this quarter's earnings, set a franchise record for day one players and day one subscribers addition into Xbox Game Pass. So someone told me that the last video that I made, Frank Kent, sorry, has something, yeah, anyway, pause. Told me that Xbox didn't, say anything about Game Pass subs. And what I try to explain to people is stuff that I know, stuff that I can't say, but stuff that I do know. And when I allude to things, I explain things to you, right? I'm trying to give you stuff without giving you stuff. So if a title says something, understand the only reason why I'm 98% right all the time is because I know what I'm talking about. So it's the time of the quarter where we get more financial results. Microsoft shared its performance and stuff like that. Listen, none of us here are, well, maybe we do have some financial analysts here, and maybe we do have some entrepreneurs who are successful at business, and maybe we do have a lot of individuals that are keen to understand more about this, because we do have a learning class that a lot of times economics isn't taught in school, right? So you want to see a healthy, stable business. Now, what you would want from this to have all metrics trending in the positive, but that is not the case here. So software being up 43, software and services, content and services being up 61% year over year. And then gaming revenue up 43%. That's where you would like to see your margins. Now, you want 50%. Right. So that 43%, you want to bump that up to 7. You want that 7 bump. You need that 7 bump. And that 61, anything over that 50 is really good. Right. Okay. So now when you go to 29% year over year decline in hardware, are you pushing hardware? Do you need stimulation in hardware? So you have to look at those factors in what is your overall trajectory when what you're trying to get across to the consumer. Do you want your consumer to purchase more hardware or more software? And I think that's where you would see the marketing push. Now, they did push out hardware just recently, right? You talking about the all digital Series X, the newer digital Series S, and the new Series X, the Galaxy Edition, 2 terabyte. So I don't know if those hardware numbers was factored into this. I doubt it because they were so close. So again, you might see that 29 lower down to maybe 20 or 17. Will we see positive is the question when it comes to Xbox devices and hardware. I don't know. I don't know if we would see that this generation. I know that you would see positives on the PlayStation side, being that the Pro is being released right within the next week. So you would see on their fiscals next year, when they put theirs out, a net positive in hardware sales. And what you want to see is what their software sales are, right? So getting back to Xbox, the overall health of the company is fantastic. This is what you want to see. Now, I know a lot of times, people will tell you, oh, it's only because of ABK that's happening. That's the reason why you purchased them. You purchased them to be a net positive where you were deficient at. And that is immediate growth. There's unprecedented growth in these sectors that you needed help in. So what did you do? Well, I can honestly tell you that every last one of them would have positively say, okay, cool, we take 30% growth over that. We're fantastic. To see these numbers, I know they're ecstatic, because that means you have a clear roadmap in what you need to do. Continue to do the content and services the same way that you're doing. So if that means facilitating games over to other platforms, and that's of course is going to happen because you already established that pipeline. So that is not going to stop. That trend will continue to go forward. But then you have to have that hard look at hardware, and you have those questions. What were you going to do with your marketing team? So this is the reason why I feel that in 2026, you will see that hardware, that handheld. Now, there's different ways that you can do this. If that hardware is ready and serviceable and ready to go in 2025, and it's not next gen hardware, but it's hardware to stimulate growth and you're lacking in hardware to stimulate interest in that sector where you're deficient, and to try to see if that is the avenue where you're going to consistently branch when I'm talking about the handheld, I think that is a possibility. Do I really bank on it? I give that probably a 60-40. 60 that it's not, 40% that it's possible. I think at the Game Awards show, we would see more if they happen to show hardware, and if they do, because they did just started the insider UI stuff, and they've been showing you ways of getting larger text into minimum screens, working about the mobile store. So there are things alluding to them showing you that hardware that we want to hear more of. I think they're getting their ducks in a row, and I think this is a net positive all the way across the boards, except, of course, hardware. But I would rather have, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I know this is not going to be popular with a lot of people, but I would rather have the positives in the areas that they're showing, and not because they are showing it, opposed to, so I want you to think about it this way. Let's say that they would have had in gaming revenue and in content and services, which is Game Pass, and gaming revenues, games, and content, Xbox content, you talk about microtransactions and stuff like that. Let's say that this was 29% lower year over year, and this was all 29% lower, and hardware was 61%. That means you're selling hardware at a loss without bringing in gaming revenue. This over here brings in bread. This over here brings in bread. This hardware selling, you can sell a lot of hardware, but don't bring in enough bread as the other two. So you have to look at it that way, all right? And I want you to understand, sometimes a loss is not as bad as you think, and a win is not as great as you think it is. So someone's selling 61 million consoles, but still not making revenue, profit, their margins don't increase. That's a net negative. But if someone is selling software and services and content, and this is what I talk about magic money, digital content, without having to print up stuff and do all that other stuff, that's the stuff that you want to happen, reoccurring dollars. You want 100% off of all digital sales. These are the stuff that you're looking for, right? Something that you don't have to manufacture or pay people to do X, Y, and Z in warehouses and shipping and storage and worry about containers and all this other stuff, where you could just actually just sell direct to consumer, cut out the middleman and make the bread. That's what you're looking for. Understand, business is a complicated thing. So when we talk about video games, that's what we're talking about. Let's keep it video. Wow. So what we see is Call of Duty sees a 159% spike in Xbox players following Black Ops 6 Game Pass launch. Following the launch of Black Ops 6, the Call of Duty Xbox player count has risen by a whopping 159%, suggesting that this year Call of Duty is a hit with fans. It appears that a load of Xbox players have been gunning down the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 achievements over the weekend, as our data shows that since the Xbox first-person shooter launched in October 25, Call of Duty player count has spiked considerably. Now, listen. There is no greater satisfaction than seeing this happen in real time. A lot of people said that this wouldn't be a thing. A lot of people said that Xbox wouldn't land the plane, that it wouldn't get done. A lot of people said that Microsoft would destroy Call of Duty. I thought marketing was phenomenal. So far, I'm playing the campaign. I think the campaign is really good. And what's crazy is I want to play the campaign multiple ways, right? I want to play the campaign first on my Xbox Series console. Then I want to play the campaign on my high-powered PC. I see all you guys, we all posted our rig specs and stuff like that, and that's cool to see. But again, this has shown me that it was in Microsoft's and Xbox's best interest to get this game, get this company to continue to push software and services where they needed to go. A lot of times people were telling Xbox and Microsoft that they needed to act like the 800-pound gorilla that they are. And I don't know why they never did it. Was there a lack of confidence inside the building? But in going after one of the biggest third-party distributors in the world in ABK, that's Activision Blizzard King, they have succeeded in doing the unthinkable. They have succeeded in becoming the juggernaut. They have got a dominant now, and there's no turning back from this. I knew it. I understood it. I understood also what it was going to turn Xbox and Microsoft into in the gaming space. I understood that they will no longer be recognizable when it comes to us as gamers, right? So those people longing for the old Microsoft, I think that ship has passed. Hopefully, it doesn't change too far from the DNA. Hopefully some values stay true. And over time, we will have different people in charge with different goals and agendas. But hopefully the DNA stays true with inside the company. And I only see this as a greater move going forward as far as Xbox gamers are concerned. Could you understand where they would be if this didn't hit? Could you understand where this would be if ABK turned out to be Bungie for them? So, I always thought that Bethesda was a good purchase. I thought ZeniMax was a great purchase. I gotta stop saying Bethesda. ZeniMax itself was a great purchase. They had to trim some of the fat because, you know, Bethesda did have a lot of bloat, and that didn't go over well with a lot of the fan base, because a lot of the fan base doesn't really recognize business or understand business. Also, ABK had some bloat because you wouldn't have it up for sale. There was a lot of problems that were going on. But one thing that wasn't a problem was Call of Duty. And last year's Call of Duty was, from all indications, from the consensus of Call of Duty players, wasn't really all that good. This year is a dramatic turnaround where it's fully under Xbox and Microsoft's control. And to see 159% spike with Nuketown, one of the favorite boards, coming back very recently, soon, I think it's this weekend. Yeah, this is a good time to be an Xbox player. This is a good time to be a Call of Duty player. This is a good time, a great time, a monumentous time if you're a Game Pass subscriber, because what you received in Game Pass, I mean, you got Goat Simulator 3, you got Ashen just recently launched back in there. You got a couple other games, but what you did get was the suite of Call of Duty. And when I'm talking about the suite, you got Warzone, you got everything. You click on Call of Duty and it's a world unto itself. So yeah, this is how hashtag no PlayStation 6 really happens. We're going to run it up on them bums. And I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation until they become an app. Oh, this is something I was interested in. So Turtle Beach modular Xbox wireless controller looks cool and is cheaper than expected. The Stealth Pivot is the newest contender in the growing modular controller market, where you can pre-order it now for $130 on Amazon. Actually, I thought this thing was going to be $199, to be honest with you. The fact that you're able to modulate and move all these pieces, unlike other modular controllers that use detachable pieces, the Stealth Pivot features 2 rotating modules that are integrated directly into the gamepad. Wow, so you can just pick them up and twist them around. The left module is standard thumbstick and D-pad on one side, but if you want to flip this one, you'll be able to have the D-pad above the 2 face buttons. And the modules could be flipped on the fly to match your preference on layout. For example, you can use the standard Xbox controller layout for first-person shooters and flip it to the 6-button module for the fighting games. That's crazy. We're not sure on helpful on how extra 2-button face buttons are on the left module would be, but Turtle Beach was smart to move the D-pad into the other slot for fighting games. Side scrollers and other games that feel normal and natural with the D-pad movement controls. Both thumbsticks use the Hall effect and anti-drift sensors. Bro, this looks really good. This looks really good. Let me see that. All right, so you're able... Oh, so when we're playing Street Fighter, I can actually go into this mode here. So do you see the flip outs? On God, that's wild, crazy. Yo, something to look at, something to actually be super amped for. Let's get it.
Damn, what is that, bro?
Okay, so a lot of people probably don't know my history when it comes to Dragon Age, and this is Dragon Age Origins, right? As you see on the screen right now. So I've been playing since Dragon Age Origins, right? And I've moved up and moved up. A lot of times people talk about games and don't really have a history or lineage with it. And this is maybe your first time to the franchise. And I'm not going to say that being that you don't have a lineage of it, your concerns or your voice doesn't matter. I believe that your voice matters dramatically. It's also taken with a different view. Right. So I've always seen Dragon Age as progressive when it came to RPGs. I've always thought they did a little stuff out of the box and it was a little bit different. So as you can see here, you have an active RPGs, like it's an active playthrough, right? But it's also, you can pause it, you can go into doing your moves, planning your characters, who you want to attack who, and how do you want to attack them, and what moves you want to use. Now you see Dragon Age 2 came through, and I'm going to be honest with you, Dragon Age 2 is my favorite. It just ekes out Dragon Age Inquisition, which is upstairs. And so I'm such a nerd. I got the book and the manual. This is when stuff came with books and manuals and all this stuff. I kept everything. I keep everything. And I'm such a nerd that I had the map, right? And I used the map probably once when I was playing it. Right? Look. It's still look. The Providence of Skyrim. Look at that. Yo, man, let me close this. But yeah, so I had the map and they buy it with look. Uh this is from 2011. Oh man, look, Bulletstorm was one of the great games out of that, and this is when advertisement was there, and then you can unlock the Isaac Clarke inspired for Dragon Age. It was here. I unlocked it. It's just so many different things, and this part two showed me how you can have the friends like you and how they would fight for you, and that was the first time it showed me on how to be cool with your people in your group, right? And keeping people alive and catering to people's stories. And it was different because it taught me the difference between Western RPGs and Japanese RPGs, right? And this was one of my go-to Western RPGs. It just was that. And I didn't realize it's been so long since we had a new Dragon Age since Inquisition. Now, see, Dragon Age Inquisition pulls up here, and you can tell that graphically we took a step forward, right? And look, the world was amazing, but you did have the active battle system, which set it apart from a lot of RPGs back in the days when a lot of RPGs was completely turn-based. But this active battle system, it allowed you to pause it, look at the board to see exactly where you wanted to move your characters and how you wanted to move it. And this is what separated it away from Baldur's Gate for me. This active battle system changes, and it gave me a flexibility that I felt that Baldur's Gate didn't give me, right? I thought this I felt I had more control. if you understand what I'm saying, like as I'm playing, I can see what's happening in real time. I can pivot the board. I can target who I feel is a larger threat. I can make sure that my comrades are in unison when we doing combo moves or moves that actually incorporate a greater sense of destruction and damage to the enemies and close to the environment, like if you're blowing up barrels or stuff like that, or shielding your character, healing your characters. I thought the active battle system was well implemented when it came to Dragon Age, and I found them at that time to be superior. Now we are at Veilguard, and the biggest thing that I can tell you in Veilguard, if you didn't immediately see it, and I haven't got a chance to play it yet, and I am thoroughly enthused in doing so, is the graphical fidelity has hit such a peak from where we started to where we are. And I know the storytelling is going to be great storytelling from BioWare. I expect nothing different. Not saying that the whole BioWare team is still there. They could be comprised of totally different people. But that leads us into different people tell different stories. And telling your different stories, sometimes early on, those stories would probably have offended somebody, right? And I see a lot of people being offended with the choices that BioWare has made with this game when it comes to gender, when it comes to body, character creation. And I say everybody has their own version of the story that they want to tell. As you can see, I'm jumping to get to the gameplay here so you can actually see the combat system has evolved to a space where the combat has always been key when it came to Dragon Age. It still has that active, real-time strategy effect feel that I felt made its own, made it a staple. Now, my opinion isn't God. My opinion is my opinion. And I can't tell you how intrusive certain things would be. I, again, caution you on using the word woke, right? I caution you on using the word woke because woke means that your mind is open to different things and to see different things. And the opposite of woke is asleep. So I caution you on using these words to express your description of certain things, right? I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I haven't got a chance to look at that active battle system. I think that is incredible. I haven't got a chance to dig deep into this game, and I will at some point. I'm just behind the 8 ball this week with all the stuff that I have going on and all the stuff that I am doing. But I do say this. I see a lot of people talking about the review process is rigged. Talk to people that you trust that's played the game. Go through their review process. A lot of times these big companies have incentives in order to get their game across, right? They have agendas, and everybody has an agenda. This is Xbox Frontline News, where I'm going to skew the news towards a positive view of Xbox because there's too many people talking negatively, right? So if you want negative views about Xbox, you go to somebody else. You would know that, IGN would have a positive view on something else. But what I'm saying is, if you follow people and you're saying, man, you're on the fence and this game isn't in any service or Game Passes, and I believe you have the 10 hours on EA Play, which I'm going to check it out on EA Play. Give me my 10 hours because I have like EA Play Plus. And I'm going to check it out, and I'm going to give y'all my honest assessment of the game. I'll probably do that this weekend. Attic and I is going to do some hardcore Halloween streaming tomorrow, so please be ready for that, because I'll be streaming on my Twitch and he'll be streaming on the YouTube channel for ILP, and we'll be doing something very, very spooky for October for Halloween. But I just wanted to say, again, my favorite Dragon Age is Dragon Age 2, and pristine condition. Right, this guy is a monster. And it brings back fond memories. So when I see people talking about that it's too progressive in its thought process and moving forward, the world that we live in is not a box. All right, there are a lot of people doing a lot of different things, and there are a lot of different personalities making our games at the moment, right? And it's not the same type of mentality making games. Now, I tell you, I don't want intrusive things into the products that I love. And if you felt that something was too intrusive in the product that you love, which is Dragon Age, and if you felt that, man, they just went over the top with certain things and I don't appreciate it, I want you to come up with that opinion on your own. I don't want anyone to tell you what you should think and how you should feel. I want all your thought process to be of your own volition, because at the end of the day, this is your money that you're spending. Now, let's say you don't know if you should purchase this title. I'm going to tell you, this is the reason why I mentioned EA Plus. That's where I'm going to try it before I buy it. Then I still get a discount on purchasing, right? So you always got to find different avenues into getting to your fun. So if that aspect of the fun, is what you're looking forward to, then I honestly tell you to do the best there. But give me your feedback, how you're going to try this game, if you're going to try this game, or if you're going to pass. Let me know. And Dragon Age is a gorgeous looking game. You can see the performance mode, fidelity mode, and performance mode on X, 4K selective, PC, PlayStation fidelity mode, performance mode. The game looks good. We can't deny that looking good is not an option, and looking good is an option. It's a beautiful package of a game. And it does have performance hits, because I see performance hits here and there. This is light years ahead of Dragon Age Inquisition. Look at the hair physics on that character. Look at it. I just mean to tell you, man, this is my Dragon Age push. They said that's at 50% speed. All right, so they slowed it down, and they're showing you the hair physics on the character itself. Right, look at that. All right, Jeff Grubb is out here inside Dragon Age. If anybody didn't know where Jeff Grubb was at, he's in Dragon Age. The hair physics is incredible. Character creation looks really good. I see that they went very heavy when it comes to this hair physics. Looks very nice. Look at this character. Facial hair is nuts. It's customization is wild, and what you actually are able to do with these characters looks really good. The again, it's 50% speed that they're going at right now. So it's not slowdown that you're seeing on the screen. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. This is something that I am eagerly anticipating, wanting to play. And it comes out tomorrow. So, the PlayStation performance and fidelity mode, if you see it, if you're interested in it, I already did the breakdown. This is just a little bonus something that I had to show you guys, because Digital Foundry did do the breakdown on it. And if you see anything that intrigues you in any way, again, what I'm going to tell you is sometimes you got to try before you buy, the fidelity mode or performance mode. You can tell different things, Me personally, I don't really care too much about the PlayStation version, except if I'm going to be playing on my Pro. All right, so you can see it's huge differences between fidelity mode and performance mode. You can see it's gigantic differences. And I guess I understand what they're talking about with the PlayStation version later, opposed to the Xbox version. But, performance mode looks pretty smooth if you see it right there, and characters are moving really fast. So we'll get to check this out later.
I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
If you thought that you was going to use those covers from your PlayStation Slim or your PlayStation 5 Pro, it's dead, son. None of that is happening. All right? You got to understand right now that that's it. New covers, they're going to sell it to you later. They're not going to sell it to you now. Yeah, you thought that would fit. Sorry, bucko. You're going to pay like you weigh, and that's how it's going to be, and that's how it always is. You're going to consume like a consumer, and that's what it's going to be. And they're going to make sure they consume every aspect of your wallet. So don't get it twisted. It is what it is. Get back in there and work hard. But none of those wings is going to work on that Pro. They release them later. So for right now, your Pro is going to look just like everybody else's. Not any different.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right. This the channel. This is where we at. Make it happen.
On everything I love.
King David IOP. Get the kid to 1,000 subs. Let's get it. Hit that follow.
Where's my car at? Right,
yo,
so I know that dude is down in there.
100%.
Block the entrance.
Fight Nights is here
America to work his magic.
on the Twitch. Let's go. Now, we had our deep dive, and everybody knows. I want to know which Dragon Age is your favorite. I already put my flag in the dirt and told you Dragon Age 2 is mine. I already put my flag in the dirt. I want to know whose flag and what flag you flying. Pause. Now, serious. Let me know. Be like, I'm flying a freak flag, King. I's a freak. Where's the baby oil? Nah, bro. Lotion, bro. Lotion. Stay away from that baby oil. It's going to take you to places that you don't want it to take you. Hashtag no Diddy. Exactly. Nah, but yeah, let me know. Yo, and also, for you PlayStation 5 Pro owners, they're out. They're out and about. They running the city. So my mail should be ringing anytime soon now. I should be hitting my my mail. And then I'll be doing an unboxing. But also, I'm going to be doing the unboxing and the article on X-Rail, the portable screen. It's much more than that. But I'm telling you, you want to walk around with a large, 77, 85-inch screen in your pocket. I'll teach you how to do it, baby. At the same time, Game Pass is exploding. The numbers are rolling in, and this is what we waited for. So if anyone tells you by any metrics anything is doom and gloom, do not listen to a word that they're saying. Xbox has been in the healthiest state it has ever been this day. And they're about to push the boundaries into the future of gaming. They are in sole control of what happens next in this space. I told you, hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. we're going to do what we got to do, and I'm going to keep my boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. I'm telling you, from the stuff that I've seen and the stuff that I know, and y'all know some stuff too now, because I heard that 159%. I heard that before it was printed. And I said, get the F out of here. It's like that. They said it's like that, King. The board is lit. I'm like, I gotta get back in there. I gotta play my campaign. So if you saw me on Twitch today, I was on Twitch. You saw me. Hey man. Hey, I was on Twitch. King David ILP. All right? Cut it out. On Twitch. I was there. I was getting my gun. They beat the hell out of me in Fortnite. I got owned today. I didn't get not one dub. Not one dub. And then I tried to switch over and run campaign. Campaign rough over there, boy. Campaign rough. My skills is rusty, boy. I'm getting rusty. My game skills getting rusty. I gotta shore it up. I gotta get it back. I gotta get it together. Like, my gaming skills is getting rusty. But I'm about to run in there right now, do me a little bit of Fortnite real quick, and just get the stuff done. And I'm gonna take that logo and I'm gonna throw it on tomorrow's Halloween show. If you don't do anything, you don't miss that. You do not miss that. I'm gonna put that joint up. I'm ready. I'm ready for y'all. Are you ready for me? And I ain't saying pause. Because I want you. And I'm going to have you. And I'm going to take that logo and try to play the Game Pass.
Are you new here? Come on in, make yourself at home. But don't get too comfortable. If you need anything fixed, I'm your man.
I don't feel like running errands. Got anything good?
You still smell like the mainland, tough guy. Feeling bold and audacious already, huh? Alright. There's a guy, kinda like you, owes me some coin. I need my money back.
Man, I had a good run. Got 3 whole artifacts. Hamster was jumping with freaking joy.
Did you make it? The mutants didn't get you, did they?
They tried.
Plus the zone for you. Take care out there. And, try not to get gloomy, alright?
Well, who sent you? Richter or that asshole Zurich?
Atomic codes have been updated. It's 2765. Is everything sorted at the ribs? Affirmative, sir. All squared away.